Every legendary career has a beginning, most have an ending, but only a handful leave fans wondering if one final chapter is still waiting to be written. For more than 20 years, LeBron James has done something almost impossible in professional sports. While generation after generation of NBA stars has come and gone, LeBron has remained at the center of the basketball world. From the moment he entered the league as an 18-year-old phenomenon, expectations followed him everywhere. Most players spend their careers trying to live up to the hype. LeBron somehow managed to exceed it. Today, his resume is unlike anything basketball has ever seen. He's the NBA's all-time leading scorer. He's played more minutes than anyone in league history. He's climbed near the top of the all-time games played list. He's become one of the greatest passers ever at his position, while also ranking among the NBA's best three-point shooters in terms of career makes. And after more than 2 decades, he's still producing at a level that many younger stars struggle to reach. But statistics only tell part of the story. LeBron didn't simply dominate the game, he changed every franchise he joined. The Cleveland Cavaliers became contenders because of him. The Miami Heat became a dynasty with him. Cleveland finally ended a championship drought that lasted more than half a century because he came back. The Los Angeles Lakers returned to the top of the NBA with him leading the way. Now, as rumors continue to link the 41-year-old superstar with the Philadelphia 76ers, basketball fans can't help but wonder if another historic move is coming. Would Philadelphia really become the final stop of one of the greatest careers in sports history? Would one last championship push add another unforgettable chapter to his legacy? To understand why this possibility has captured everyone's attention, we have to go back to where the story began. Long before LeBron James played his first NBA game, he was already one of the most famous teenagers in America. His high school games in Akron, Ohio, attracted national television coverage. NBA scouts, reporters, and fans all believed they were witnessing the arrival of a once-in-a-generation talent. Sports Illustrated even placed him on its cover with the words, "The Chosen One." For most young athletes, that kind of pressure would be overwhelming. For LeBron, it became motivation. When the Cleveland Cavaliers selected him with the first overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the franchise wasn't just drafting a player. They were placing the future of the organization on the shoulders of an 18-year-old. From the very beginning, LeBron looked different. He wasn't simply bigger or faster than everyone else, he saw the game differently. His first NBA game immediately showed flashes of greatness. He attacked the basket without fear, created open looks for teammates, and displayed a level of confidence that veterans often spend years trying to develop. As the seasons passed, his game expanded in every direction. His drives to the basket became nearly impossible to defend. Once LeBron built momentum, defenders had only 2 choices: step in front of him and risk being overpowered, or back away and watch him finish at the rim. Even elite defenders struggled to slow him down. One possession, he'd explode through the lane for a thunderous dunk. The next, he'd absorb heavy contact and somehow finish with his left hand. And if 2 defenders collapsed on him, that was often exactly what he wanted. LeBron's passing ability quickly became one of his greatest weapons. His court vision allowed him to read defenses seconds before everyone else on the floor. Double teams turned into open three-pointers. Fast breaks became full-court outlet passes that landed perfectly in a teammate's hands. It wasn't long before people stopped asking whether LeBron would become a superstar. Instead, they started asking whether he could become one of the greatest players ever. The Cavaliers improved almost immediately. Season after season, Cleveland climbed the standings behind its young superstar. LeBron collected All-Star appearances. Then came MVP awards. Every year he looked stronger, smarter, more complete. In 2007, at just 22 years old, LeBron carried the Cavaliers all the way to the NBA Finals. It was an incredible achievement considering the roster around him. Although Cleveland lost to the experienced San Antonio Spurs, reaching the finals proved something important. LeBron didn't need a super team to compete. He could drag an entire franchise into championship conversations almost by himself. Still, the following years brought disappointment. The Cavaliers consistently posted excellent regular season records, but deep playoff runs always ended the same way. Another elimination, another missed opportunity. As incredible as LeBron was individually, Basketball remained a team sport. Opposing defenses loaded up on him because they knew Cleveland lacked another superstar capable of consistently changing games. Eventually, one difficult reality became impossible to ignore. If LeBron wanted to achieve everything he believed he was capable of, staying in Cleveland might not be enough. The decision that followed would become one of the most controversial moments in NBA history. During the summer of 2010, the basketball world came to a standstill. Fans across the country waited for one announcement. Where would LeBron James play next? When he revealed he would be taking his talents to South Beach, the reaction was immediate. Some celebrated, others were furious. In Cleveland, jerseys were burned in the streets. Many fans felt abandoned by the hometown hero they believed would spend his entire career wearing a Cavaliers uniform. But from LeBron's perspective, the decision was about one thing: winning championships. Joining forces with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh instantly created one of the most talented teams basketball had ever seen. With that talent came enormous pressure. The expectations weren't simply to compete, they were expected to dominate. Anything short of an NBA championship would be considered failure. The Heat reached the NBA Finals in their very first season together, but things didn't go according to plan. Dallas shocked Miami, and LeBron faced some of the harshest criticism of his entire career. For the first time, people openly questioned whether he could truly deliver in the biggest moments. Many great athletes would have allowed that criticism to define them. LeBron responded differently. He transformed his game. Instead of relying mostly on speed and athleticism, he developed one of the league's most polished post games. He became more patient offensively, learned how to punish smaller defenders with his strength, and improved his mid-range and three-point shooting. His defense also reached another level. LeBron wasn't just guarding one position anymore. He could switch onto point guards, wings, and even power forwards without becoming a liability. His active hands created steals that instantly turned into fast break opportunities. Passing lanes that looked open suddenly weren't. Loose balls somehow ended up in LeBron's possession after relentless hustle plays. He became the complete basketball player. Offensively, he could score from anywhere. He could drive through contact, hit clutch three-pointers, knock down step-back jumpers late in games, or simply control the offense as the primary playmaker. Every possession became a difficult puzzle for opposing defenses. Collapse on him, and he'd find an open shooter. Stay home on the perimeter, and he'd attack the rim. Send a smaller defender, he'd overpower them. Switch a bigger defender, he'd beat them with speed. There simply wasn't a perfect answer. That version of LeBron finally silenced the critics. In 2012, Miami captured its first championship of the Big Three era. LeBron earned his first NBA title, his first Finals MVP. Then, instead of slowing down, the Heat repeated as champions the following season. Back-to-back championships, multiple MVP awards. By the time his Miami chapter came to an end, LeBron had transformed from an extraordinary athlete into arguably the smartest and most complete player in basketball. But despite all the trophies, there was still one goal he hadn't achieved. He had never brought a championship to Cleveland, and that unfinished business would eventually bring him home. In the summer of 2014, LeBron James made another decision that shook the NBA, but this time, instead of leaving home, he was coming back. In a heartfelt letter, LeBron explained that this move wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about fulfilling a promise to the city where he grew up. He wanted to bring a championship to Northeast Ohio. For Cleveland fans, his return wasn't just exciting, it was emotional. Years earlier, many had felt betrayed when he left for Miami, but now the hometown hero was back. LeBron immediately embraced a new role. He was no longer the young superstar trying to prove himself. He had become a leader. His experience in Miami had changed him. He understood how to guide teammates through the ups and downs of a long season, and every possession reflected that maturity. Instead of forcing difficult shots, he trusted the offense. Instead of trying to do everything himself, he elevated everyone around him. Every possession looked effortless, but behind that calm exterior was one of the highest basketball IQs the game had ever seen. Then came the 2016 NBA Finals. After 4 games, the Cavaliers trailed 3 games to 1. No team had ever overcome that deficit in the NBA Finals. LeBron refused to believe it. Over the next 3 games, he delivered one of the greatest stretches of basketball ever played. He attacked the rim with relentless force. He knocked down timely jump shots. He controlled the pace of every game. He grabbed rebounds in traffic, pushed the ball in transition, and found open teammates whenever Golden State sent extra defenders his way. His versatility was on full display. One possession, he'd bully his way to the basket for an and-one finish. The next, he'd calmly step into a three-pointer with the shot clock winding down. Then came Game 7, a championship, a city waiting, and one unforgettable play. LeBron wasn't giving up. He sprinted the length of the court, perfectly timed his jump, and pinned the ball against the backboard. The block instantly became one of the most iconic defensive plays in NBA history. Moments later, Kyrie Irving buried the biggest three-pointer of his career. When the final buzzer sounded, LeBron collapsed to the floor in tears. Cleveland had done the impossible. A city that had waited more than 50 years for a major professional sports championship finally had its moment. For many basketball fans, that championship wasn't simply another ring, it was LeBron's masterpiece. He had kept his promise. His first season was interrupted by injury, but it also served as a reminder that even legends aren't immune to setbacks. The Lakers surrounded him with Anthony Davis, creating one of the league's most dangerous duos. During the 2019-20 season, LeBron embraced another evolution of his game. He became the Lakers' primary playmaker, leading the NBA in assists while still averaging elite scoring numbers. Every night he demonstrated why he's often called a basketball genius. He could throw full-court outlet passes with pinpoint accuracy. He could fake defenders with no-look assists. He could read double teams before they happened. His offensive arsenal had become almost impossible to defend. Power drives, fadeaway jumpers, deep three-pointers, step-back shots, powerful post moves, everything was available. Then came the NBA bubble. Under unprecedented circumstances, the Lakers stayed focused. LeBron led by example, keeping the team united through months away from family and normal life. For many players, winning another championship would have been the perfect ending. LeBron wasn't finished. Instead, he entered one of the most remarkable stages of his career. As younger stars entered the league, LeBron simply kept producing. Season after season, he continued climbing the NBA's all-time rankings. Then came one of basketball's most historic nights. LeBron surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to become the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Now comes the question that has basketball fans talking. Could LeBron James actually finish his career with the Philadelphia 76ers? It's certainly an intriguing possibility. Philadelphia has spent years searching for the final piece to complete a championship puzzle. The team has had talent. It has had playoff experience. Can a 41-year-old body survive another deep playoff run? Can LeBron stay healthy through an 82-game season and multiple playoff rounds? Or has he already accomplished everything there is to accomplish? Only time will answer those questions. Maybe he'll chase one last championship somewhere else. Or maybe the Philadelphia 76ers really will become the final stop in basketball's greatest journey. Whatever happens next, one thing is already certain. LeBron James didn't just play through NBA history.